Hi, quick tip here for using Glide's workflow system. We're looking to answer a frequently asked question, and that is where you might have configured a workflow system with quite a few stages. Although Glide is designed to really cover the big picture milestones, often we do see workflows with 20, 30 stages. I think on average maybe most have less than 10, but even at that number, that's obviously useful for the member of the team that is progressing the workflow and seeing the more granular detail. But no doubt there are users that are perhaps more in a managerial role and really want to keep visibility on the bigger picture. So let's have a look at an example of our best answer to that frequently asked question. So I'm just going to go in and have a look at, let's say, the VAT return workflow here. Now we can see down here that, excluding the completed stage, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I've got 9 stages to this workflow. So if we, perhaps on another tab, just go to a dashboard. I've actually just moments ago created a VAT dashboard that'll be blank currently. So if we put the standard progress monitor on here for VAT, progress monitor by stage, ignore the fact that I've got 2 separate routes here. We'll go for the overall one by stage in table formats. What we can see is this is going to list all 9 of my stages and the number of jobs. Now this example is not too drastic, but you can imagine if this becomes 10, 20, 30, you're soon kind of perhaps struggling to interpret this on a really quick basis. And the answer is to actually add a slightly different widget, and that is that you want to be adding the progress monitor by group table. You can see that you're first listed by stage and then it turns into by group. So I'll add the equivalent one on a by group basis. And you can see here much more concise listing of kind of stages, much more big picture. So in terms of how to configure those, it's actually in the workflow editor, it's actually this tab here, job stage groups. So you can have as many groups as you require. So if we come in and edit one of these, you can give it a name, you can give it an order, and the order will affect, if we just bring up an actual job card here, the order affects the job card. So you can see that these are my group headers, and they are listed in order, so to say. Stages are therefore primarily ordered by the groups, and then within each group the job card looks at the stage order to decide what order to put those in. So that's always worth bearing in mind. Finally, end zone group. Just be careful with that. You only really need one job group to be the end zone. Every single workflow system that I've ever seen has the final one, and it's usually called completed. The relevance of this is that when a job lands in a stage that is in this group, it will be treated as completed. So you don't want that to be accidentally happening too soon. So you've created your groups, and the final thing to do is just on your stages, you'll allocate each of your job stages to a group. Now, what you want to do is something similar to what I've done here. If we just go in and edit this one, we'll see it's pretty easy just to change the group. You do want these to flow, so obviously you give your stages an order value and you put them in a group. So we would not want to, for example, change stage 2 to be in the finalization group. That would be ridiculous, because if we refreshed our job card here, what we would see happen is that the stage is first put in its group, then it's ordered. So you just want to be careful to make sure you don't do anything kind of illogical here. It won't be a problem for the system. Your job cards will just look a bit odd. But that is basically how you would go about, let's go back to my new dashboard, that's how you go about giving different users with different requirements either a more detailed or a more concise viewing of job progress. And final thing I'll mention here is that in the reporting area, so if I go to VAT returns jobs, just reset those filters, you'll see here the VAT stage. If you look carefully in there, you'll have both the stages and the groups. So again, you get the 2 levels of detail. I hope that helps. If you need any help with any of this, then obviously do get in touch with the Glide team. Thanks very much.